All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a 9-game slate. Welcome to the DFS experience. We're going to start with DraftKings. We're going to start with Dame Dollar. I know my intro is a little bit backwards. My mind is blown. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck I played Chris Dunn. I'm trying to figure out what's going through my brain that I thought it was correct to play Chris Dunn in my lineups. I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because when did Chris Dunn become a good fantasy player? When did he become that dude? I think I missed something. And me building lineups, I had a lapse in judgment. I am a fucking idiot. Chris Dunn. Yo, what is going on? Oh man. Another thing, since we're on the topic of foolishness, I'm never playing the OKC. The only two guys I'm ever playing from OKC for the rest of my life: SGA and Jalen Williams, the small forwards. They're the only two I'm never touching. Like Josh Giddey, never. None of them guys, never. If you play Josh Giddey tonight, you understand what I'm talking about. Let's get on with this video, because the NBA lately has been really, what's the word I'm looking for? Leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and the streak is continuing. But let's get through this. Let's get through this video and let's get the fuck out. We're gonna start with Dame Dollar, 11.9K. This motherfucker is 12K. He's worth it. Listen, you're building a few lineups. You get the right value, the correct value, and you fire him up. James Harden, 10.3K against Miami. Fire him up. Ja Morant, too cheap against Houston. 9.9K in play. Donovan Mitchell, 9.4K. Matchup proof. Play him. Booker, he's a fine play. Durant will be back. Going to take some of his shots. He's an okay play, but like I said, Durant's going to be taking some of his shots. So do with that information what you will. Drew Holiday, okay play, 8,800, but Giannis will be on the court with him, so a little bit spicy. Jalen Brunson, 8.6K, fine price, fine matchup. Darius Garland is okay at 8K. Chris Paul, I don't need him at 8K with Booker and Durant on the floor and Ayton. That means Chris Paul is going to get no shots. Hero, 7.6K. You can take a shot. Josh Giddey, just spoke about him. I don't want to hear that they're on the front end of a back-to-back, so he only played 19 minutes. I don't want to hear that shit. He's a grown fucking man. He's an NBA player. He's technically the second best player on that team. He should never be playing 19 fucking minutes unless he's hurt. So, if you want to play Josh Giddey, play him. If you want to shove Josh Giddey up your ass, shove Josh Giddey up your ass. I'm not playing him. I'm fucking done. Kevin Porter Jr., 7,600. Good for him. If he plays, great. If he doesn't play, Jalen Green should get a bump. And I want to say Sengun should get a bump, but you never know with these badass teams. These teams that are tanking are really fucking up DFS. They're doing all types of magic shit every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think tonight they started Deshaun Nix. Last night, or the game before, they started Ty Washington. Listen, they're playing musical chairs with these assholes. They're tanking on purpose. It's not a fun time to be a fan of the NBA product, and it's not a fun time to be a DFS participant. You feel me? Let's continue. CJ McCollum, 7,500 in play. Terry Rozier, he should be played tonight, even though Phoenix is a tough matchup. 7,200, no LaMelo. Fire up Terry Rozier. Dinwiddie's okay, 7,100. Jalen Green, you could take I can't even talk now. You could take a shot, 6,500. Fire him up. D'Angelo Russell, if he's healthy, you could play him because they need him. But if he doesn't play, Schroeder and Beasley get a little bit of a bump. Marquez Fultz, you could take a shot. Brogdon, we don't really need because Brown is back. Derek White, okay play. Tough matchup. Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is in a good. Marcus Smart is an okay play. All three of these guys are okay players, but mind you, tough matchup. Tatum, heavy usage. Jaylen Brown is back, heavy usage. So if you want to take a shot on one out of the three, one out of the three Musketeers, you can. And they're all priced pretty closely. Jaden Ivey is back. Hooray. You could take a shot on him. Detroit's a mess. We all know that. Schroeder's in play if there is no Schroeder gets a bump if there's no Russell. Killian Hayes, if he starts, you could take a shot. If he doesn't, I don't need him. Maxey, not interested. Dennis Smith Jr. should be very popular, 5,100. Look for him to start. He's a fine play. Quickly, it's an okay play. Campaign, not interested. Gabe Vincent, if he starts, you could take a shot. Oladipo, you could take a shot. Cole Anthony, not interested. Javon Carter, not interested. Ty Washington, not interested. Austin Reeves, you could take a shot. Not interested in DeSumno because Patrick Beverly taking some of his minutes. And I'm not interested in any of this shit down here. All right? So let's just go to shooting guard. Shooting guard. Jaylen Brown, 8,700, a little too cheap. Desmond Bane, 7,800. You can fire him up. Mikal Bridges, 7,400 on Brooklyn. You could take a shot. Kelly Oubre Jr., if he's getting full rotation, he's absolutely in play. 28 minutes, he's in play. Franz Wagner against Milwaukee, he's always in play. You could take a shot. Cam Thomas. 226. So what did he do tonight? Let me check. Hold on a second. Let me check something real quick. Let's get some live up to the minute information. So Cam Thomas, is this tonight? Yeah, this is tonight. Cam Thomas played 22 minutes, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, he's getting the minutes, so if he's getting the minutes, I guess. So he's in play. Josh Richardson's in play. 5,400. Josh Hart, you can take a shot. Grayson Allen, I'm not really interested in. Amadou Diallo, not really interested in. With Ivy back, Isaiah Joe, I guess he's gonna start again if there's no SGA. Isaiah Joe. If you want to take a shot on Isaiah Joe, you can take a shot on Isaiah Joe. Obviously, the running joke is Isaiah Joe will not start the second half. That already happened 2 games ago. I'm not really going to be dicking around with Isaiah Joe on this slate, so that's fine. Malik Beasley is in play. And if there's no Russell, he gets a little bit of a bump. Cam Reddish is going to start. Any starter at the wing for 4,500 is a decent play, but he's playing next to Dame Dollar, so you know what that means. That means he's gonna get no shots. At the time I'm making this video, Dame Dollar already has like 15 points in the first quarter of the game against the Warriors, so he's looking to, he just, like I said, when Dame gets hot, he gets hot for weeks, multiple games, few weeks. So to play anybody else on his team and think they're gonna get fantasy points, especially buckets, that's not gonna happen. So I'm staying away from every other Portland Trailblazer until Dame Dollar cools down. What does that mean? No Cam Reddish for me. If he's last man in, fine, but I'm not really trying to have any other Portland Trailblazer. The rest of these guys I don't need. So we're just gonna go to small forward. All right. Okay. Durant 10.7K. I can't play him. I cannot play him. His first game on the Suns next to Booker with 8, and they got to get their shots too. 10.7K means that you need like 55, 60 fantasy points for that to pay off his salary. So I'm gonna have to pass. Tatum against Cleveland, tough matchup. Tatum never really has 2 bad games in a row. He's in play, but I don't think I need him on this slate. Jimmy Butler 9K too cheap, fire him up. Brandon Ingram 8.3K too cheap, fire him up. DeRozan's in play, Banchero's in play, Middleton. Let me see how many minutes Middleton played. Middleton played. Oh, great, same game. Middleton played 22 minutes. So Middleton is still on his minutes restriction, and at 6.5K, he can stay where he's at. I won't be playing Middleton. At 6.5K, I need somebody to play at least 30 minutes, 32 minutes. Gordon Hayward is absolutely in play. Jalen Williams, absolutely in play. If Jalen Williams plays anything less than 30 minutes, and he's not in foul trouble, then you know something's really up. I expect Jalen Williams to play his full run, and I'm gonna be watching very closely. I'm gonna be watching his minutes. I'm gonna be watching Giddey's minutes. I'm gonna be watching Dort's minutes because this shit is fucked up. You're playing starters and expecting starters to play starter minutes, and starters are going out and getting fucking benched. This is craziness. So Jalen Williams is absolutely in play for me. RJ Barrett is a bozo. He's back to being a bozo. He's not in play for me. He's not even in my player pool. I could just play KJ Martin, who's gonna be more productive. KJ Martin's in play. Okogie's not in play anymore. Going to be coming off the bench. Tobias Harris is not in play. Cam Johnson's in play. Blue Dort is in the player pool, but I won't be playing him. Patrick Williams is not in play. The rest of these guys are not in play. Not right now. Troy Brown, if he starts, you could take a shot. I guess if there's no D'Angelo Russell, Troy Brown would start, but it's still very risky at 3,600. So just pay attention to the news. Giannis, 12.3K, fire him up. Julius Randle's absolutely in play. Jaren Jackson Jr., 7,700, absolutely in play. Mobley is in play. Jeremy Grant, I can't play Jeremy Grant right now. Like I said, when Dame cools down, we'll talk. Jabari Smith Jr. is in play. Kevin Love is in play, 5,600. Vanderbilt is in play. He's still he's a risky play. You never know when he's gonna have his game, but he's worth taking a shot. Al Horford, I guess Al Horford's in play because you're gonna need him against the big dudes in Cleveland. But Al Horford is still a little bit risky. But I'll play him. Brandon Clark, James Wiseman, all in play. The rest of these guys I don't need right now. So let's just go to center. All right. Embiid 11.2, too cheap. What did he do his last game against Miami? 10 for 17, 45 fantasy points. I like for him to bounce back, so I like Embiid 11.2K. AD against OKC, he shot. If he doesn't get hurt during this game, he should drop 70 fantasy points on their head. AD's a lock for me at 10.2K, way too cheap. He should have 50. He should pay off his salary by the halftime. Vooch 9.1K, absolutely in play. Bam, in play. What did he do against the Sixers? 32 minutes, 4 for 14, 26 fantasy points, as expected. I'm not gonna play Bam against the Sixers. Ayton, okay play. He's overpriced now with Durant on the court, 8.1K. Great matchup, but there's only one ball. Sengun, 7.8K. He's an okay play, but 7.8K, you're going to need like almost 40 fantasy points to pay this off. Now, last 5 games, 26, 26, 22, 27, and 37. He hasn't hit 40 fantasy points. So Sengun could take his 7.8K salary and get the fuck out of here. All right, who's next? Jared Allen, 7K in play. Wendell Carter Jr. in play. Brook Lopez, don't need him with Giannis back. Valanciunas, what's his problem? Valanciunas, last 5 games, 25, 31, 30, 28, and 17. Valanciunas left catch contusion. Da. Yeah, fuck him. Get him the fuck out of here. So if somebody plays, whoever starts for Valanciunas, you can fire them up. I'm not interested in Valanciunas until he finds himself. All right, Claxton and play 6.4K. Mark Williams, tough matchup. I like the upside. I like the price. Just a tough matchup. Last 5 games, 28, 33. Well, he played 17 minutes. He had 19 fantasy points. 29 minutes, 48 fantasy points. 30 minutes, 35 fantasy points. You know what that means? Fire him up. He's in play for me. Bobby Williams, 5.2. They're going to need him against Cleveland. I like him to play extra minutes, to be productive. 5.2K, fire him up. Mitchell Robinson against Brooklyn, 5K. If he can stay healthy, fine. Bagley, 4.9K, and play. James Wiseman, too cheap, 4,800. He should start, fire him up. Tillman, not really interested in him. Drew Eubanks, you could take a shot. And that's it for center. Let's get 5 guys and let's get going. AD, center only, first man in. Nothing to talk about, nothing to think about. My next center, I think I gotta play Robert Williams. I don't have to. I'm going to Mark Williams. Let's get Mark Williams going. So we got Mark Williams. Let's put Mark Williams first because I think his game should be played first. And then I'll put AD because they're going to be playing in OKC. So that game should be after that. So we got Mark Williams. We got AD. Who else do we like tonight? I like Jalen Williams. 6,200. I do like McCollum on this slate. Jaden Ivey, 5.6K is too cheap. Jaden Ivey is too cheap. Let's go Jaden Ivey. Let's go Wiseman. Wiseman is 4.8. 4.8K. So that's 5 guys that I like from DraftKings. So we got AD in my utility spot. Mark Williams, 6.3K. When he plays his minutes, he smashes. James Wiseman against Chicago, 4.8K starting center. Jalen Williams, 6.2K against the Lakers with no SGA. Then we got Jaden Ivey as my little value against Chicago, 5.6K. So I'm pleased with those 5 guys. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. Absolutely appreciate it. If you're struggling to cash, listen, I know NBA's been difficult last 2 weeks or the last week and a little bit before the All-Star break. I can help you. I can send you my optimal lineups. I can build you your own lineups. Check out the Patreon, linked in the description, or DM me on Twitter. Let's go to FanDuel. Got 5 guys already picked out. Now, not every time I come on here and I tilt, that means that I lost money. It's not always about the money. It's just about the shit that goes on in the NBA. Now, last night, I absolutely lost money. But most of the time that I tilt, I might still hit or I might hit on maybe DraftKings and not FanDuel, or FanDuel and not DraftKings. So I try not to play the same players. I try to spread it out. You know what I'm saying? That way, if somebody gets hurt, I'm still active in another lineup. So usually I do things like that, and like I said, not all the time I tilt. That means that I lost money, but it just the NBA is very ridiculous. It's just very very ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's very upsetting. You know, because it's so obvious about the shit that goes on. And the tanking right now is one of the biggest issues that's going on in the NBA. Obviously, we know people get hurt. You can't. There's nothing you can do about that. And we always, want the players to recover and be healthy and all that because we're human. But it's the benching of starters. It's the you know not playing players their full run. Just stupid shit. That shit is ridiculous. We can't even play our DFS. We can't even play our contests properly because we gotta take all that shit into consideration. This is not fun anymore. It's a fucking chore. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't even just build your lineups on who should play well and give you maximum fantasy points. You got to sit here and dick around and try to figure out who's going to get benched and what team is going to be tanking. And fuck that. Where's the joy in that? But anyway, let's get through these FanDuel 5 and let's get out of here. I took up enough of your time already. At center, I like Robert Williams, 6K against Cleveland. Like I said, he's gonna need to be on the floor. You know, you got Jared Allen and Mobley. What the fuck you gonna do? Send out Grant Williams? So they need Robert Williams. AD, non-negotiable against OKC, should absolutely violate them. Brandon Ingram, 8.3K. Valanciunas is useless. There's only him and McCollum. As far as what's the word I'm looking for? Guys on the floor that can create their own shots. I know they got other wings, but everything is going through Ingram and McCollum, so I like those two. So I got Ingram, I got McCollum next to him. I got Schroeder if there's no Russell. If Russell plays, maybe I throw in Schroeder and find other value. I mean, throw in Russell and then find other value. But AD, Ingram, and McCollum are non-negotiable. They're staying in. If I find something better than Robert Williams, I pop him in. If Russell plays, Schroeder's out, and then we find value and plug it in, and that's that. I'm gonna go on and get out of here. Let you guys do what it is you do. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.